So it's the day after I harvested all of my onions and all of my potatoes, and I've been sitting around the house like editing videos and just thinking like I've got nothing to do. And then I realized, oh yeah, I have a garden and it's July. I've got tons to do. So what I'm going to be doing today, if I can stand the heat because it's really warm today, I'm going to be tidying up where the garlic was, and I'm going to be putting potatoes here where some onions were yesterday, and then where some garlic was earlier this season. And hopefully that'll be enough room for the potatoes that I have to plant. I didn't buy potato seeds for this time of year. I don't think anybody even sells potato seeds this time of year. It's warm, and these potatoes won't be done. Well, we'll have to pick them right before the first freeze of the year. But last year I tried July to the first freeze and it worked just fine. So they weren't huge potatoes, but we got a ton of potatoes out of that bed. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Let me show you these gnarly potatoes I'm planting today. Here's what I'm working with. Okay, so these are potatoes that I have picked. Hold on, this one looks fine. I'm not planting that one. Okay, I don't know why that's in there. These are potatoes that I've already picked this year, and they either have withered or they just looked nasty. I heard from somebody on YouTube that potatoes that have scab, this is scab, don't necessarily pass that to their offspring. So that's what I'm hoping for. So these are teeny tiny. They're either too small to bother with, or they just have bug holes, or who knows what. They may rot in the ground, which would be totally fine, or they may grow me some potatoes, which would be even better. And then these are the smallest kind of reject potatoes from when I planted in the spring. And you can see they want to grow, but they are pretty withery. I don't know if they have a ton of life left in them. So these will just be hit or miss. Oh, I've got some cloud cover. That's nice. So I trimmed the previous ones that I planted that looked like this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do this time around. Maybe I'll just set it sticking out of the ground and see what happens. Who knows? Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. These boards were here to tell me where the different types of garlic were planted. I don't need that anymore. Oh, look at this. Another volunteer gourd or squash or pumpkin or something. Oh, look. I just saw this one. I didn't even take this one in the house. Let's plant it. Let's see what happens. I'm going to make a furrow, and then I'm going to do a single line of potatoes right down the side here. The amount of hope I have in these potatoes growing, it's about a 1 out of 10. But I'm doing it because potatoes have a way of surprising me almost every single time I plant them. They just want to grow. I'm doing these too close together because I don't know if any of them will grow. Usually you want 12, 18 inches apart. That's not what we're about right now. Because if they grow, they won't grow much, at least in theory. Okay, here we go. My rejects from this year. Too many bug holes were not looking nice to eat. And then from here on down, these are the rejects from spring planting that were too small. I had too many nice looking ones, so I didn't worry about planting these, but I kept them to see if they would sprout, and there they did. Look at this. That's not going to grow anything. We're planting it anyway. And then past the door, all these onions going to seed. We have all these. Now, these brown potatoes started out as a $5 investment. There's a farm to market store near me, and they had discounted a 50-pound bag of potatoes that had already started sprouting to $5. 50 pounds for $5. And I planted all of them in the middle of the yard. Donnie had to mow around them for a whole season, and that's what we dug up right before the first freeze of the year, and they did great. I don't remember how many we got. I think I did weigh them. It was less than 50 pounds, but it was more than $5 worth of potatoes, so I thought that was cool. And then these were what were left behind that we didn't eat. last year. And this year, my goal is just to eat the potatoes that we grow. Okay, for the sake of record keeping, here is the first day of the reject potato bed. That's this first side. There's the second side along the front. This is where garlic was last time. And the last side. This is where onions were. And if they had a sprout long enough to poke out of the ground, I just left it.